Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we are on episode 228 of my Minecraft Let's Play. So, as you can see, I'm doing more terraforming. It's probably going to be pretty similar to how a previous episode went. Just gonna terraform. Terraforming should be done this episode. I'm on the last layer I need to fully dig out, and then the one below this I just need to replace with dirt, and then I'm done. So this ought to be interesting. Now, I'm not entirely sure, I lost my train of thought. So the Halloween episode's coming up. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything with it whatsoever, because I don't care that much. Like, Halloween's always been something I just don't really care about. I think the most I ever cared about it was in high school, and that's because a lot of people in my high school put a strangely dedicated amount of effort into their costumes. I saw one person who, like, I swear that this is all in, like, when I say this, it's in good spirits. They did like a really good what would be the word for it? Like cosplay or whatever of Tubi from Nier. That one was like fucking solid. Like it looks really well done. And I won't say much else about it because honestly, given the context of the character, I feel like the wrong message might be delivered, which is not what I want to do. It genuinely was just like really cool. But yeah, I've never really given too much a shit about Halloween. I find that most of the time it's just fucking, like, even since I was like really young, like 8 or 9, I've always just thought of it as time for big corporations to make big money off of promotional events, and time for lame people to show off just how lame they are by making their house so unspooky that all the 90-year-old grandmas will be baking cookies in the neighborhood nearby. Like, it just, I don't know if any of that really made sense, and that, honestly, that analogy was one of the worst things I've ever come up with, but like, you get the point. It just feels like a really pointless wouldn't even classify as a fucking holiday, because you still work on that day. Like, whatever you would call it, it just feels more like a promotional whatever, rather than an actual reason to, like, dress up, be in costumes, you know. Like, to me, it's always just felt very dry and lifeless. I'm not sure how many other people feel that way, but to me, I feel that way. Although I still have had the tradition of doing a Halloween episode in this series. that being one, and I forgot to turn my mic on for the Halloween episode, so there that went. But considering I'm probably gonna do one, I need to think of something. I have an idea, but it's not a very good one. So I am probably gonna think of something better. Let's replace that with dirt, because otherwise I won't know where this hill stopped. Yeah. Just get rid of all the stone first, and then I'll put the dirt here. So yeah, Halloween. It exists. Yeah, one of the stores around where I grew up was converted into a Spirit Halloween. I suppose that's kind of interesting because that is one of the largest stores I've ever been in. How you manage to cram a Spirit Halloween into that entire space is beyond me, but I suppose some CEO needs their paycheck, so good for them, I guess. It sounded a lot more interesting to talk about in my head than it actually did when I started talking about it. Let's put it here so I know there's still a cave. Let's do this line, then let's go into the house. So, since we're almost done the terraforming, I suppose I should probably give a lay of the whole plans I have for the city here. In short, I'm not going to do much. At least not right now. Because I still have that building to do, which will take a while. And I haven't come up with anything else. But anywhere else. So I guess it's kind of pointless for me to talk about city plans because I don't have anything planned except for that building, and it's pretty obvious what I'm going to be doing over there. Finishing it. It's going to be built out of brick, and I guess that's annoying, and that will probably take several episodes to gather all the brick I need. But it's brick, so... There's that. Recently played through Silent Hill 1, the original. The game is really good. Like, obviously it's clunky, like any game from its time. But like it... from like the standpoint of like a horror game in the late 90s, it's really good. Like, it's definitely not on the same like level of spookiness as quite a lot of modern horror games, but it gets a lot of mileage out of what it has. Like, just the soundtrack alone is the soundtrack is, it kind of carries the game, honestly. Like, a lot of, I guess I can leave that there. A lot of the spookiness comes from the soundtrack. It's very dark, very noisy, very industrial. Just in general, just very off. Like it sort of feels like it was made in a factory, but like in a good way, you know? Like a really rusty, old, worn down factory. Like all the equipment is malfunctioning, and it's just, and the soundtrack more or less sounds like it's just all the equipment grinding to a halt. If that makes any sense. And it works really well because it's unsettling. Because it's kind of uncanny. It's almost there, but it's not quite there, if you get what I mean. Also the cutscenes, like the, you know what I mean, the pre-rendered cutscenes. Again, for the time, those look really good. Like, sure, a lot of them are really short, but for 99, that is some high fucking that is a high standard to set for pre-rendered game cutscenes. Of course, me being stubborn as I am, I played it on hard. The school section towards the beginning of the game, spoilers for if you haven't played it. I'm just gonna put a big spoiler warning from here on. The school section towards the beginning of the game, specifically the like the alternate school, hell. fucking hell. The little children that stab you with a knife. I like to call them ball munchers because it looks like they're just biting your fucking nutsack off. It does not look like they're stabbing you in the slightest. Well, either they bite your nutsack off or they sniff your ass cheeks. Either way, it's not necessary. It doesn't look the way it's supposed to look. Most difficult enemy in the game. Right at the beginning. They just suck to deal with, straight up. Like they have a pretty decent melee range. They stop you in your tracks. On hard mode at full health, it takes 3 hits from them to kill you. Was it 3 or 4? Either way, it doesn't take very long. And you have to button mash to get out of them. The longer you're in there, the more likely it is you die. And you like really got a button mash to get the fuck away from those guys. It also doesn't help that it takes like 7 or 8 bullets to kill them. And even if you're using the shotgun, it still takes like 2 or 3. It just sucks dealing with those guys. Like, oh my god. So fucking sucks. That being said though, I brought it upon myself. I played on the hardest difficulty, which increases both the enemy strength and the enemy count. So, I brought this upon myself. That's all I gotta say about that. I suppose there's one thing I can say I don't like about the game. It's the voice acting. I mean, I get that it's like the 90s and whatnot and whatever, and it was made by, and it's a game based in the US, made by a company that is foreign to the US. But holy shit, that voice acting is so half-hearted. And also, whoever designed the main character, Harry, his kid. No. Just, well, maybe not whoever, that's mean, but like, that character design. No. His kid is 7. Why does this kid have a rack? Like, why? Just like some of the character designs and the voice acting as a whole, it just feels tonally off. Like I'm sort of seeing the rough drafts of whatever the fuck it's supposed to be and not the final product. Game has a really strange secret ending, because there's a secret ending to the game. Honestly, if that ending was supposed to be mysterious, they failed completely. I laughed my ass off when I saw the secret ending. Of course, I looked up the secret ending because I'm not playing through the entire game again to get a different ending, but well, I guess I wouldn't be playing through the entire. No, I would. You have to play through the entire game again to get the secret ending. Respectfully, I'm not doing that. I'm good. I looked up the secret ending. Holy shit. That was fucking hilarious. Again, spoilers. The way aliens just suddenly come along and abduct your character like it's nothing. Like things are normal-ish and then, oh, aliens, hey, can you help? Abducted, the end. Like 5 seconds later, the end. It's so abrupt. It's fucking hilarious. Otherwise, the game's endings are... yeah, I mean, they feel appropriate. I do think they're... specifically the bad ending is very underwhelming. Like, I feel like if there's a bad ending, you go full swing. You don't... like, you gotta... when you're making a game with multiple endings, you gotta treat each ending with the same kind of respect. Because if you don't, then whatever choices the player makes along the way, it just doesn't feel substantial. It doesn't feel like it's worth it, you know? Or whatever. You need to make each ending feel substantial, and I feel like of all the endings, the bad ending just doesn't feel worth it. I mean, of course, it's the bad ending. It's the ending you get when you do practically nothing and gun it straight for the end. But still, you know. Just the way it's sort of like, oh no, your kid is dead. The end. And then there's like a 2-second long pre-rendered cutscene after it. It just doesn't feel very worth it, you know? Like, even if it is acquired by doing the shortest possible playthrough, it's just insubstantial. There's no other way around it, really. Like getting the bad... I didn't get the bad ending on my playthrough, but getting the bad ending feels like it just isn't anything, you know? It feels like it was underdeveloped compared to the other endings. Yes, technically the good plus and the bad plus endings are just the parts of the respective endings, but with more to it because you did a little extra in the game. But the difference is that there's not a 2-second pre-rendered cutscene at the end of it. Like, it doesn't show any sign of being underdeveloped. It just feels like it's as is. I feel like the main problem with the bad ending is the really short pre-rendered cutscene that you get at the end of the bad ending. It just, like, why is it there? It just doesn't feel like it should be there. It doesn't add anything whatsoever. So why put it in, you know? Whereas, I don't think the bad plus ending has a pre-rendered cutscene, and I don't think the regular good ending has one either. But, you know, the good ending it's fine because it's satisfying just alone, the main character accomplishing what they set out to do at the beginning of the game, which is, you know, to find his daughter. And and then the bad plus and the good plus endings have pre-rendered cutscenes at the end of them that feel substantial enough to actually add something to them. Actually, no, the good ending did have a pre-rendered cutscene. but like it's enough to where it feels like it actually adds something, and it doesn't just feel tacked on because they had a little bit of a cutscene that they might as well have thrown in there, you know? Like, it's fine if one ending is shorter than the other, but it still needs to feel like it is given the same consideration as the other endings. Again, this is I'm renting way too much. This is the tiniest of tiny fucking nitpicks. Silent Hill 1 is still a really good game. I'm just concerned from a design standpoint what the bad ending implies to the player experience. Anyways, so there's my Silent Hill 1 rant. I guess I didn't mention how the game plays. And I guess I don't have much to say. It plays well. That's it. So yeah, Silent Hill 1. Really good game. Clearly very influential on horror as a media in general. Medium in general. Yeah. It feels like it does exactly what it sets out to do. For people who might want a Silent Hill 2 playthrough on this channel, you might actually get it. I'm strongly considering doing Silent Hill 2 on the channel. Of course, the original Silent Hill 2. Strongly considering it. I'm not entirely 100% sure yet, but just so you know, I really want to. I'm just not sure if I will necessarily have the time for it. Again, I'll have to see. It's because it is going to be one of the series. I think I was talking about this with about editing videos. It's going to be one of the series where I gotta edit the videos, and I'm not sure if I quite have the time for that. But I'll see. Actually, you know what? One of you guys, put in the comments, like, if you want to see a Silent Hill 2 playthrough. Because I kind of want to do one. But I'm not sure if it'll necessarily be worth doing the Silent Hill playthrough, Silent Hill 2 playthrough for my time's sake. So just let me know. Should I play through Silent Hill 2? I hope people are actually watching this video and listening to what I have to say. No, we're about half an hour in, so Who knows? But I hope so. All right. Almost done. Let's go to sleep, and I think I'll be able to finish that bright and early in the morning. God, my arm is so itchy. Probably because it's hot in here. They turned off our AC a couple of weeks ago, which yesterday it was 24 degrees outside, 24 Celsius. So, of course, that sucks because it's whatever temperature it is outside, it's always going to be like an extra 5 degrees inside, right? And specifically while recording videos, and this is really where my biggest gripe with recording has been for the past couple of weeks, I have to turn my fan off or else you won't be able to hear what the fuck I'm saying. Which means that I'm gonna be sweating my ass off every time I record these videos. And as you can imagine, it's getting pretty hot in here. Just judging alone by how long this video has been going on for. I think I'm gonna fall just short of how much dirt I need. Damn it. At least my dirt chest isn't gonna be full anymore. Jesus Christ. That is so flat. You know what? It is what I wanted, so. Mission accomplished. Oh, wait, that's where the door is going to be. All right. Well, with the completion of this giant fucking sea of dirt and grass, whatever the fuck, I'm gonna leave this episode here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for listening to my little rant about potential Silent Hill 2 playthrough, video editing, the whole works, right? So, yeah. I guess, I don't have much else to say. That'll be it. And I'll see you in the next episode, or video, or whatever the fuck. Goodbye.